Did you know that because of the new standardized testing programs related to the Common Core state standards, that public school students will spend more time each year being tested and less time actually learning? For example, elementary school students will spend more time taking state standardized tests this year than a law school student spends taking the bar exam, and more time than the exams required to become a police officer, teacher, or school superintendent.
I believe that they're hurting children, not just my children, but they're hurting children across this country.
Their mom, Michelle Gray, is opting out of the 2 week long standardized test required of every public school under No Child Left Behind. It's a controversial law aimed at making sure schools measure up. The opt out parents say the stakes of passing the test are too high for schools, forcing teachers to spend way too much time teaching to the test.
And we've turned children into data points as opposed to learners.
In Pennsylvania, students must take it every year, grades 3 through 8.
Just as we wouldn't expect a ruler to tell us how much an elephant weighs or what it had for breakfast, we can't expect standardized tests alone to reliably tell us how smart someone is, how diplomats will handle a tough situation, or how brave a firefighter might turn out to be. So, standardized tests may help us learn a little about a lot of people in a short time, but they usually can't tell us a lot about a single person.
How do you feel about standardized testing as a parent and why?
It's fine in limited circumstances to test the kids, but it shouldn't be overused or overdone to where they're focusing on test scores instead of learning.
How do you feel about standardized testing?
I've never been one to be a fan of standardized testing due to the fact that they time the test. I would much rather have as much time as I need to do the test right than have a short amount of time and then probably feel pressured to get it all done rather than to do it right.
How do you feel about standardized testing?
I think it puts unnecessary pressure on students.
As a parent, how do you feel about standardized testing?
Standardized testing can be useful to identify students that need more help, but it becomes a problem when the schools rely too heavily on it for sort of reporting rather than focusing on learning.
How do you feel about standardized testing?
So I feel that not everyone is good at taking tests and some people freeze up. And so I just don't think it's a good indicator of what people's intelligence is.
Okay. As a parent, how do you feel about standardized testing?
I believe standardized testing isn't always an accurate reflection of a child's knowledge